And then it was silent no longer. Every small noise was audible now, practically to the point of being visible. Sounds etched in bas-relief like the grooves on a record or the pins on the cylinder of a music box. You could almost see them embedded in the heavy viscous air, the crunching snow under Pam's feet as she cautiously stood up, the quiet whispered stream of fuck 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 that tumbled from Dirk's lips like an obscene waterfall, the swish of Minos' tail once again emulating that eternal pendulum, Pawnee and Jean Betancourt's little grunts as they angrily bumped each other with their shoulders, continuing their argument pettily and non-verbally, and of course, Acorn the pony's huge gulping breaths of air as he recovered from his final freakout. Acorn, Anna said as she fixed her phantasmagorical gaze on her pony. I'm glad to see you again. She slowly walked to the pony and put her hand on his mane, stroking it lovingly. Acorn rested his head on Anna's shoulder and nuzzled her neck. He too was thankful for this moment, and he too knew its cost. Like Pam's earlier speech to Anna, this moment was too private, no, too sacred to eavesdrop on. The silvery light began to drip from Anna's shoulder, each drop bursting into a flash of prismatic rays as it hit the ground. She and the pony were, it was still hidden, too sacred, too secret, sacrosanct, sacrament. Acorn was sacrament, consecrate, desiccate, dissociate. Why can't I describe what's happening? It's describing itself. At last, Anna pulled away from Acorn. She stood on tiptoe, whispered one last secret in his ear, then stepped backwards away from him. She kept her hand on his mane as long as she could and left it outstretched for several moments after the contact broke. Anna once again stood in the middle of the clearing, the middle of the universe. She gazed at the pony she loved more than anything, including herself. Now, she whispered. Immediately, Acorn sprung into action. He moved with a preternatural speed and agility, a machine of oiled muscle, a brilliant quicksilver torrent, a cascade of light and flesh and sound, a god. A god! He first ran to Jean Betancourt, grabbed the back of her jacket in his puissant jaws, and with one sleek movement of his head, tossed her over his shoulder so she landed perfectly on his back. She instinctively grabbed onto his mane as he began to race towards his next target. Minos was more than ready. As Acorn passed, the cat fluidly leapt onto the pony's flank. He dug his claws in deep, Acorn bled, neither cared. Finally, Acorn turned to Dirk. Through his shades, Dirk saw Acorn's horrifying face rushing towards him. Lips pulled back, mane whirling, eyes frothing, ears bellowing, hooves pulverizing, legs pumping like the pistons in the engine of a hearse. 1 horsepower was more than enough to drive this hearse or horse on his journey to the grave and back again. This was the neigh and nigh celestial body of an animal who would run into a burning barge, not out of stupidity, but out of defiance, out of refusal to believe that the flames could so much as singe him. Acorn had become oak. Dirk was fucking scared shitless. But Acorn didn't touch Dirk at all as he sped past. Instead, he precisely plucked the book from Dirk's hands and continued on his thunderous way. Acorn held the paperback between his teeth as he galloped across the forest, following the trail the pony pals had cleared. This was a pony. This was a fucking pony. Again, the silence. Again, the stillness. Dirk and the 3 pony pals stood alone in the clearing, bodies tense, minds tenser. The stasis was finally broken when Pam walked over to Anna and put a hand on her left shoulder, being careful to avoid the mysterious shimmering fluid that was now falling from Anna in a steady trickle. Pawnee quickly joined them, grabbing onto Anna's other shoulder. This wasn't the Anna they had known and had maybe loved. But whoever had joined her in this body, Pam and Pawnee trusted them. Okay, what the fuck went down just now? Dirk asked. I've seen some bullshit, but this is bullshit. Anna shivered. The light pouring down from her dimmed until it was just the faintest flicker that occasionally radiated from her eyes. The stump of her left arm was once again bare flesh. Pam began to remove her coat so Anna could cover it with a sleeve, but Anna shook her head and pointed at Dirk. I want him to see it. Still don't know what's happening, but now I'm even more weirded out than I was before, Dirk mumbled. Yeah, you can add me to the list of people who want to know what the fuck's going on, Pawnee said as she and Pam drew back their hands. And I'm pretty damn sure you're on that list too, Pam. Pam was silent. Then let me explain, Anna said. I'll explain it all. Okay, good. Info dump time, Dirk said, inching closer to the girl, the town, and the whatever it was that Anna had become. And let's just go through the highlight reel, because I'm pretty sure that letting those three fuckers hold on to that book for too long isn't the greatest of all conceivable ideas, so give it to me about it in a nutshell. Even though this dream is bad enough that I can highly doubt that I can become the king of infinite space. Another sharp burst of the mysterious light from Anna's eyes, and her irises rapidly flickered through another 18 permutations of colors, shades, and sizes before once more settling down. Anna smiled. Thank you, she said. Dirk started rubbing his temples again. Jesus, this rabbit hole just keeps getting deeper and darker and shittier, even without that Cheshire motherfucker hanging around here. Yet another flash from Anna's eyes. Pawnee tugged on the sleeve of Anna's shirt. We probably should actually hurry up. We still need to save Acorn, right? Acorn's gone now, Anna said softly. He no longer belongs here or anywhere. In other words, he's homeless. That was the last time I'll ever see him. But there's more at stake than Acorn's soul. So much more. Pam hesitantly nodded. Yes, she whispered, then looked surprised at the words she had said. First answer, Anna said to Dirk. Why and how I'm here, I actually have to thank you for that, Dirk. By killing me, you sent me to the other side of the other side. I know you think that phrase is just a playful combination of words that doesn't mean anything, but it does. You removed me from the story, but only temporarily. On my way out of and my way back through the other side, I passed through all the layers of other texts surrounding this one. Other texts? Pawnee said, reaching for her flask before realizing that she drained it, and the 5 others that she carried on her at all times, and tossed it aside hours ago. The fuck do you mean, other texts? Yes, Dirk said menacingly, advancing a few steps. What do you mean? Because if you mean what I think you do, then saying so would maybe be the most self-indulgent thing of all in this already incredibly self-indulgent clusterfuck. Anna ignored him. This is a text, Pawnee, she said. We're characters in a book. Well, not exactly. It's complicated, but I'll explain that later. The point is, Dirk, that you killed me, then brought me back. That's the key. Because in destroying me, you created me anew. But why only you? Dirk asked. I killed and revived Minos too, several times. There were even more that I killed and left dead. What's special about you? Anna grinned. I'm dyslexic.